You are watching the 2025 NBA Epitome Game Series, presented by Law Murray, Power Rankings, Project Ringmaster at The Athletic. This is where I pick out one game from each team from the last regular season. I am putting the spotlight on the biggest weakness of the 14 teams that missed the playoffs and the biggest strength of the 16 playoff teams from the regular season. This installment features the San Antonio Spurs. It was a tremendously challenging season for the Spurs. Head coach Greg Popovich suffered a mild stroke at the beginning of November, putting assistant Mitch Johnson in charge of the team. The Spurs actually had a winning record entering January, saw Victor Wembanyama selected as a first-time All-Star, then traded for De'Aaron Fox. But the Spurs started struggling even before the All-Star break, and then Wembanyama was shut down after the All-Star game due to a blood clot in his shoulder. It was a wrap from there, as only Wemby could protect this defense. The epitome game for San Antonio came against the Hornets in mid-March. Fox was also done for the season by this time, but the Spurs were hosting one of the NBA's worst offenses. You'd never know it from how the Spurs played defense. This is only a second chance scoring opportunity because Miles Bridges was blocked on a drive out of bounds. But on the baseline out of bounds play, Bridges loses Jeremy Sochan off a use of Nurkic screen, gets a corner three to go. Now in the second quarter, Seth Curry is going to pull up, missed his three. But in the opposite corner, Harrison Barnes, starting power forward for the San Antonio Spurs, does not block out Wendell Moore Jr. That sets up Nick Smith Jr. Jab step, one of his 5 second quarter threes. Mitch Johnson knew what it was already. He calls a timeout. The lead out of control in the third quarter. Look at LaMelo Ball. This is a bit of a zoom action here. Comes off the pin down, gets a direct handoff, sets up Josh Green for a corner three. Green misses, but of all people to get an offensive rebound, it's LaMelo Ball, the player who should have had a dime in the first place. Only the Pelicans and Wizards gave up more second chance points per game than the San Antonio Spurs last season. Here's Josh Green coming off of another screen, misses another three. That is Blake Wesley trying to block out Miles Bridges. It doesn't go well. Miles Bridges gets a putback with his offhand. San Antonio lost this game 145 to 134 as they were outscored 22-16 on second chance points, despite allowing the Hornets to make 60% from the field. It was the lowest defensive rebounding percentage game of the season for the Spurs, and overall, San Antonio was a bottom 5 rebounding team. This will be the first season in 30 years that Greg Popovich will not be the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. Johnson has the job full-time now, and in addition to Wembanyama and the newly extended Fox, the Spurs have number 2 overall draft pick Dylan Harper and 14th pick Carter Bryant to go with last year's Rookie of the Year, Stephon Castle. The Spurs have 2 more years with Wemby before a max contract sets in, and they have to make sure that he gets some help getting stops from someone. Stay tuned for the next installment of the 2025 NBA Epitome Game Series featuring the Portland Trailblazers.